Welcome to Football 360 on Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, ThePapare.com, as we review Week 4 of the Dialog Champions League 2016, the first midweek clash of the group stage, which certainly did test the fitness levels and the squad depths of the clubs. Firstly, it was Mathura City versus Upcountry Lions at the Mathura Football Complex, an important match for Mathura City, without any points, languishing in the bottom of the table, and for them. And things didn't work out for them as they lost the match 1-0, while Upcountry Lions have 7 points out of a possible 9, while they were almost relegated last season. So things looking good for Upcountry Lions as they look to make it into the Super 8 stage. They scored that goal through Charles Olu from a penalty in the second half. The next match was Blue Star SC versus Civil Security Force at the Kalutara Vernon Fernandes Stadium. Blue Star winning the match 2-0 courtesy of goals from E.B. Channa, his first of the season. Then Idavu Hamid scoring his fourth, which includes 3 penalties. Now Blue Star, they have a second match under their new coach GBC Karuna Tilaka. So now they are getting into a rhythm. This experienced side needed some guidance, because in the first 2 weeks they were without a coach, and in the second week they were thrashed by Army 6-0. So they've bounced back well in this fourth week, and going into the next few rounds they've already got now 9 points, as they won last week's match as well against Nigambo Youth, a 3-2 win coming from behind. 9 points and looking good for Super 8 place, while Civil Security Force without any points, languishing in the bottom of the table and already having 1 foot in a relegation. The next match at the City Football Complex, which was live streamed on ThePapare.com, was Colombo FC versus Crystal Palace. Colombo FC coming into the match a 3-0 win, an unconvincing 3-0 win against Civil Security Force, while Crystal Palace, even though they played with 10 men against Solid in Anuradhapura, they lost that match 3-0. So a lot of improvement was needed for Crystal Palace, and not much of time for them either to recover from their long journey to Anuradhapura back again, and another 2 days later they have to travel back to Colombo for this match against Colombo FC. It was Colombo FC who had the early chances, hitting the crossbar twice, and a goal was disallowed due to an offside that was from Zarwan Johar. However, they got the lead through Moma Siapo, a penalty after Afiz Olemi was fouled inside the box. Towards the end of the first half, it was Crystal Palace who came back into the game, with Anjana Wickramasinghe scoring the equaliser a few minutes before half time. A wonderful goal by him, cutting back in on his left foot, chipping it over Mohammad Imran, catching him off his lines, and a wonderful goal for him, for the former Sri Lanka under-19 player and Kingswood player. And soon after he would add another to his tally. A wonderful 1-2 pass from Isaac Abba, and volleying it past Mohammad Imran to get a surprise 2-1 advantage for the visitors. And with their backs against the wall, Colombo FC piled on the pressure, brought in Niran Kanishka, and made a few tactical changes, coach Rumi, with providing Zarwan Johar and Afiz Olemi some strength up front, as they put in Nagur Mira as a central striker, and it paid dividends soon after in the final 10 minutes, as he went one-on-one with the goalkeeper and scored the goal equaliser. And deep into injury time, it was Zarwan Johar who was the hero once again at his home ground, scoring the winner, and he celebrated in front of the visiting fans and the bench, which ultimately did not bode well, with the two sets. Bit of a scuffle in that moment, and however nothing escalated that much. And the refereeing, of course, the two coaches weren't that happy with the refereeing, and incidentally the fourth official showed just 2 minutes of injury time, while referee played 6 minutes. So the two coaches were baffled as to what the real intentions was about this incident. And Crystal Palace, of course, their home record is good, but the away record is something to look at, because they've played 3 matches already, lost 2, while Colombo FC having now 9 wins, 3 on the trot, 9 points actually, and 3 wins on the trot, looking good for Super 8 place. Air Force versus Superson was played at the Air Force base in Ekala, a home base for Air Force. They've already played 2 matches, winning both of them. And in tricky conditions, it was Superson SC who sacked their coach after their loss against Saunders a few days earlier, who won the match 1-0. So especially away from home, Ekala, where away teams struggle against the gusty winds that blows right across the grounds. Superson held their own and brought in a big win for Superson. And against they have another match against the high riding New Youngs SC a couple of days later on Saturday. So this will certainly be a confidence booster for the lads from Kalutara. At the Kalania Football Complex, it was Renown versus Javelina, the crosstown rivals, and the fatigue levels certainly played a part in this match, as Renown SC never got beyond a second gear, but ultimately found a goal from a penalty through Job Michael as they won the match 1-0. Javelina expected to perform well after their draw against Navy at the Valisara base, but didn't quite live up to expectation. And for Renown, of course, they had a long journey to Vennapur against the number 1 in that group, New Youngs, and winning the match 3-0 a few days earlier. So once again, the travelling affecting like it did Crystal Palace. At the Vennapur Albert F. Pires grounds, it was New Youngs SC versus Saunders SC. New Youngs lost 3-0 to Renown a few days earlier, while Saunders got their first win, defeating Superson SC, a 3-2 win. So the confidence was high for Saunders, but it was New Youngs who bounced back from that defeat to win 2-1 against Saunders. Now Saunders still just 1 win from 4 matches, not looking good to make it into the Super 8s, while New Youngs just 1 loss and already having a firm place in the Super 8 round. We'll look into the points table now. In Group A, it's still Solid SC who leads the points table with 9 points, a goal difference of 11, though they didn't have a match this midweek. Colombo FC with 9 points in second place, Blue Star also with 9 points, and in fourth place is Upcountry Lions, as I said, the surprise package with 7 points. Army didn't have a match, their match was postponed against Negombo Youth, while Crystal Palace on 4 points, while Matara City, Negombo Youth and Civil Security Force still without any points, scrapping it out in the relegation battle. And in Group B, it's Renown SC with 4 wins out of 4, 12 points, looking strong. New Youngs with 9 points, Air Force 6, and the Navy with 4 points, while Police SC, Saunders and Superson with 3 points, while Javelina and Tiharia Youth having 2 points and 1 point respectively. So in a couple of days time, the 5th week would start, and the 2 live streaming matches on ThePapare.com would be Superson SC versus New Youngs on the 16th at the Vernon Fernandez Stadium, and on Sunday it's Saunders versus Javelina, another big clash at the Kalania Football Complex. So until we meet for the Week 5 review, this is me, Nawad Vijay Vikrama, signing off for ThePapare.com, sharing the passion.